Hey guys, it's Aiden here for today's video. First of all, I want to apologize for not uploading anything last week. Something came up with, Evidently enough though, that is one of the topics in today's video. The main topic, which is coming out. So in one of my earlier videos, I mentioned a lot of misgendering, sexism, something like that, in my PE class. And there was something that happened with that last Tuesday actually. But yeah, my main reason for not uploading was I was still dealing with the after effects of what had happened that day. So that was a thing. To those of you who don't know, I'm not exactly out as non-binary, except to people who mount this channel with me, a few close friends, and like 3 acquaintances, and they don't really know that much about it anyway. So there's not a whole lot I can do without actually outing myself. And I was in the process of doing that at school, because I feel like coming out with, whether it's like as gay or bi or trans or non-binary, or like, I don't know, even as an atheist, that can be something to come out for. Most people take a lot of time coming out that I have heard of, whether it's just to see if their feelings are like legitimate maybe, or out of fear or something. I don't know. I myself try to be an open book a lot of times. Like, if someone asks me about something, I'll tell them. And that was the way it was when I came out as gay to, I think pretty much everyone knows I'm gay, so that's one thing I got going for me. I feel like people who take their time coming out, it's because eventually there comes a point where you just need to do it. It's like a ready point. Up until then, you're just not ready, but at a certain point, it being closeted just becomes something that is too much to deal with. And I think that you can either embrace that and be ready to come out, or it can end up being a breaking point. And I think for me, it was a combination of both. To summarize basically what happened, a few weeks ago, like maybe 2 weeks, I had given a presentation on transgender and non-binary oppression in my English class, just to sort of like, I had planned to come out during that presentation, but ended up wanting out about that. However, at least it got my class educated on those topics, because one of the weirdest things about just coming out as non-binary, I mean, like, when you come out as gay or trans, maybe, when you come out as gay, at least, people know what that is. They're like, okay, I can understand this. It's not like they're gonna ask you, what does that mean? With coming out as trans, they might ask, but it's pretty easy to explain. Most people know what it means to be like a man or a woman. But when you talk about non-binary, no one has any idea what you're talking about usually. So that honestly gets very tiring to try and explain this to people. So I think that was one of my main deterrents. But through that presentation, people at least know what it is now. So, I mean, yeah. And really that was all I had planned to do for that time. It was just gonna be like to come out to my class during that presentation, and that would kind of be the end of it. However, last week I had been dealing with like a lot of dysphoria. I don't know what the reasoning behind that was, but it was a rough week, really. And so what happened basically was my PE teacher had taken a section of the class up to do archery, because we were in the archery unit. And I was shooting my arrows, and like I said in my other video, my gym teacher usually says gendered remarks and stuff, like at a girl or something. And as I was shooting my arrows, I don't know, I guess I hit a good mark or something. From what I heard from other people, they said I hit a bullseye, but I don't know. And he gave that remark, and I turned to him and I said in a really loud voice, "I'm not a girl." And probably at least some of the class heard me, I know that much. I don't know I don't know if he did, but at that point I really didn't care. And I just really didn't talk to anyone for the rest of the mod. So, from what I heard from the people who were also in that class, one of the kids in my class did in fact hear what I said. This kid named Seth. And he was talking about it in the locker rooms and a lot of other places. And while I was away, he came up to the lunch table where I usually sit and asked the people there, "Hey, is this person that you sit with a guy or a girl?" And they lied about that to apparently protect me from rumors or something. I don't know. But yeah, so at least 2 people in that class heard, because then there was some speculation about saying, oh well, if this person isn't a girl, then why do they use the girl locker rooms? And I was honestly happy about that, that people knew, I guess. And I really couldn't give a fuck if they spread rumors. It would I wouldn't have to come out then. Someone else could just do it for me, and okay, that's cool with me. But rumors in and of themselves, if it got twisted into something like, oh, Kilo identifies as an Apache attack helicopter, or saying that I have a dick, I really couldn't care. I do not care. So to any of you out there who are struggling with coming out or something, you'll get to your ready point eventually, and it's important not to force yourself to do something that you're not ready for, I guess. In my case, I feel like maybe I was starting to approach that point, and then I just got kind of pushed into it, which in my case wasn't necessarily a bad thing, but also personal safety is a factor, definitely. So I mean, if you need to take your time, and that's like the most important thing. We all do things when we're ready, I guess. Oh, and one more thing. If you guys have been noticing any ads like in the little thing, that's because I signed this channel up for monetization, and I really hope that's not going to be a deterrent from anyone watching these. I mean, like, I just kind of figured why not, and any of the proceeds that we make from that will be going to trans-based charities, like to help with resources for people who don't have support from their parents and stuff. So yeah, we're not like doing this for profit or anything. It's not like that now. Just in case any of you had any concern. And that is all for this video. I will see you next Tuesday.